Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It is time. Welcome. I clicked on here just a couple minutes early just to get everybody on here and ready to start watching this. So I'm super excited about tonight. Man, oh man, toxicity. Is your house making you sick? I think this is such an interesting topic, and a topic that is very well needed for majority of people. So welcome, kick back, get in a comfy chair, get something to drink. Hi, Marilyn. I'll do some shout outs as I see you guys jump on here. And then we're going to really dive into this, this topic. And I am, this topic for me, I think is a very personal topic. Myself, I definitely know that I am very susceptible to toxicity. My body's very susceptible to toxicity. And we had a major toxicity issue in our old house. And so I know the true effects of this thing called sick building syndrome. And so when I walk through this with you guys, I really want you guys to take a lot of good notes, and I really want you guys to be involved in all of this so that you can see exactly what you can be doing to just making your house better, stronger, and safer for not only yourself, but also if you have children, if loved ones that are living with you, this is all about. So hi, Karen. Hi, Kristen. Welcome. Morgan, happy Tuesday. You bet. It's been an amazing Tuesday. Stacy, you made it. Way to go. So let's dive into this. I'm going to start sharing my screen and we're going to start talking. Remember, the rules of this, if you are new to this, is that there's a comment section. I will go at the very end of this. I will go through all the comments and or questions. If you have a question on anything that I'm talking about through this PowerPoint, please make sure that you're going to put your comment in the, put your question in the comment section. The more engaged that you are with this, the better it is for all who are involved. So if you have a question, I will guarantee you someone else has that same question or similar questions. So I have some allotted time. Victoria's going to come in with me and she's going to start reading off those questions at the end, and we'll make sure we do that. I've got recommendations. I've got websites for you guys to go to. We're going to talk about our challenge group that we have. If you're not involved in that yet, make sure by the end of this, you write down exactly how you can be in the 21-day challenge that we are doing through Facebook in a Facebook group. So hi, Donna. So let's get rocking and rolling on this. Okay, we're going to start talking about, give me a second here to get this shared. Nope, that's not the one. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Okay, let's start talking about this. When we start talking about toxicity, you guys, I want you guys to understand one concept. Toxicity is everywhere. And what we are finding back in the day, remember when we used to talk about in science, we used to call nature versus nurture. When we talk about diseases and we talk about why people get sick, is it nature, which means the things in the environment around you, or is it nurture, which is your genetics? And back in the day, you guys, when I was young, it was genetics. You get cancer because of your genetics, you get heart disease because of your genetics, you get all of these diseases because of your genetics. Unfortunately, that whole situation has changed, and they've basically debunked that, saying that 80% of diseases, when we talk about cancer, we talk about heart disease, we talk about even things like asthma and allergy and all these things, 80% of them are coming from our environment. And so, as you guys know, I love to talk. I could talk 3 hours on this. We're going to talk about the most important environment that you have, which is your household. And so what I want to do is I want to walk through with you guys through the house. And I want to show you guys in the most lived areas of your house where these toxins could be lurking and where they could be hiding, and then talk to you guys about some changes that you can be doing in these specific areas. Now, again, let me remind you, I could talk to you guys for 3 hours on this. So there are some topics that I am going to be skipping over, but most importantly, me and Victoria have talked and we said, what are the most important things we should talk about in these certain areas? And then we're going to go through this. You cannot get rid of all toxins. Okay. I need you guys to understand that that is virtually impossible in 2020 to get rid of all of your toxins. So what you need to do is be in charge and control change the things you can control, right? So if you walk through this parts of the house as we go through this and you go, oh my Lord, I have a lot of that, or holy cow, that like hits me in the heart. That's the thing that you need to start and make changes on. Okay. So walk along with me through your house. The first place in your house we are going to start with is your kitchen. Okay. There's two things in your kitchen I want to talk about that are the most toxic things in your kitchen. And the first one is tap water. Now watch. So I am a science nerd, like most of you guys know. I have been born and raised in Dubuque, and I have always heard that Dubuque has the best water. We have the healthiest, we have the cleanest water. So I know that that's not true. And so I wanted to kind of prove it. So what I did was I went out on the website, and let me put this website name up here for you guys so that you can see the same thing that I saw. This is the 2020 Water Quality Report. And you can see this. This is from the city of Dubuque. And basically what this is, it's a 4-page handout that talks about the water and where we get our water and what they have tested in our water. Now, here's what's interesting. We in Dubuque, Iowa, and Asbury I know is a little bit different, but we're going to talk about Dubuque. We get it from 2 aquifers. And these 2 aquifers have names, the Apple Plum Aquifer and the Jordan Aquifer. And this is all in this all on that website there in this 2022 thing, 2020 place. The aquifers, they've ranked these aquifers to see how toxic or contaminated they are. And directly from this, you'll see it's highlighted. I know you guys can't read it, but I'm going to read it for you. The Apple Plum Aquifer is considered to be highly susceptible to contamination. That's one of the places that we get it from. Susceptible to highly contamination. That's where Dubuque is getting their water from. The second one is slightly susceptible. So if you think about this, tap water, which means you turn on your tap, the water comes out, no filtration, nothing. That's the tap that's in our school systems that the kids are drinking from the water fountain. That is tap anywhere you go to the gym, all of that. The 2 places, one of those places we get are highly susceptible to contamination. What does that mean? If something's highly contaminated or susceptible contamination, in order for us to drink it, what do we have to do? We have to clean it. And the way that most people clean or cities clean it is by chlorine. Okay. And so as this thing goes on, it ranks and levels of where we're at with our chlorination, where we're at with our heavy metals, where we're at with our byproducts. And what it says is that most of these areas that we have, when we talk about chlorine and when we talk about fluoride, we are at the max level of fluoride and chlorine in our water in Dubuque. And this is all on that website, so you can check it all out. But we are at the max level. That does not give us a violation, but here we are. And here's a violation. And this is where we are, you guys. Our water is loaded with chlorine and loaded with fluoride. And I'm going to say why this is such a bad thing and such a toxic thing is because think about it. When you go to the pools, when you spend the whole day in the pool and you get home or before you leave the pool, what do most people do? They're told to wash off, take a shower and get that chlorine off of you. And when you look at the back of a fluoride, with a toothpaste with fluoride, and what does it say? If swallowed, call who? It's not called Dr. Abby, right? It's not called your dentist. It's called poison control. So they know that chlorine is toxic and they know that fluoride is toxic to you. And in our water, we are at the max level of that. So just because you can't see it, just because our water is not brown, does not mean that that water is not toxic to you. And if you are drinking it, it's going directly in your body. So you have to be filtering your water. I don't care what anybody says, you have to be filtering your water. Now, of course, there's multiple ways you can filter your water. You can have a Brita pitcher. You can buy reverse osmosis containers that filter the water. You can buy reverse osmosis water, but it has to be filtered at some sort. The more you filter it, the more those contaminants come out of it. Reverse osmosis is the highest form of cleaning the water. You need at least a carbon filter. So you need to make sure if you are filtering your water that you have a carbon filtration that will start to get some of that stuff out of there. Okay. Water, so important. If you are drinking water, you need to be getting the cleanest water possible. Okay. The second place that we find a ton of toxicity is in the pots and pans. Now, here's the thing. 2020, again, it's hard pressed to find a pan that is not non-stick. Anything that is non-stick in your pans or your pots, that stuff is a toxin. The hard part about with our pots and pans is that we heat it, right? It's all designed to make food in. And so when you are heating up this non-stick, it releases these chemicals called PFOAs. Fancy word, PFOAs. But these PFOAs, what they do are they are disruptors, they're hormone disruptors. They can cause massive issues. So anytime you heat something in a non-stick pan, that's going directly into your food. And when that goes directly into your food, you are directly eating that. That is not a good thing. So non-stick pans, they are still out there, you guys. You can still buy them. You want to get just a non-stick stainless steel, cast iron, any of those pots that are ceramic that are like that. Most of the time, what you're going to have to do is you have to heat them before you cook in them. That makes them so that things don't stick. Or you add some butter in there, something. But get rid of these pans. They're everywhere. But they are the one thing that is, again, a silent killer. And why I say a silent killer is because you're cooking, which is a phenomenal thing, but you're putting that toxins all back into your body without you even knowing it. They don't change the taste. They don't change the color. They change nothing in your food, yet it's causing these toxic buildups inside of your body. Okay. So those two things are in the kitchen. Let's head ourselves into the bathroom. Biggest thing in the bathroom that we find and that we know is toxic is your personal care products. Now watch this. Personal care products can come anywhere from shampoo and conditioner to lotion to makeup to cologne to deodorant. Anything that you are putting on your body from top to bottom can become a personal care product. We're going to talk about contact solution, which is a hard one to talk about. But these personal care products, what they have found is that the average woman, now if there's any men on here, I know you're probably not using as much of stuff, but the average woman is putting over 100 toxic chemicals on their body a day. A day. And the scary part about these products is that a lot of the labeling that they put in here, we as United States, we're one of the countries that don't have a lot of regulations on what you can put in. And I'll talk about one of those, fragrance, in a little bit. But these personal products, they don't have to list all the chemicals that they're using because of trade secrets. What does that mean? Well, if I'm going to buy this lotion versus this lotion, this one has a trade secret to make it better. And so they can put all the chemicals they want in these certain words. And so you've got to be so careful with this. Now, what I say with personal products is this. If you are a chapstick girl, which I know there's chapstick girls out there, and you are using chapstick all the time, but you're hardly using hairspray, you need to start to change your chapstick. And ways you can start to change your chapstick. Number one, you can make your own, which is a ton of ways and tons of hair products. You can make your own lotions. You can make your own, all these things you can make your own. Second idea would be is to go in organic form. We have a list that we have done all of the work for you guys. And one of the ways that you guys can get this list is to join our Facebook group, which I'll talk about through the whole thing. Write this down. It's called the HFW Detox Program. That is our private group, the HFW Detox Program. You're on Facebook, which I know you are because you're watching this. Write that down and search it and ask to be in the group. When you're in that group, you will get the list of saying, if you use this instead. So we've done all the work for you guys. So we show you all the brands that are safe, healthy, and well. go ahead and join the group so that you can be a part of that and learn that. The HFW Detox Program. That's what you're going to search. And so we're going to talk about all the different products. There's a million products out there, you guys. A million products out there. For example, face lotion. Some of you guys, I've talked about my skin because I have a very hard time detoxing. I'm very sensitive. My skin is very sensitive, so I have to be very careful what I make and what I put onto my skin. I cannot find a lotion besides Beauty Counter. That's a phenomenal product for lotions and makeup. But I've made my own face lotion with jojoba oil and some essential oils, and it works phenomenal on my skin. It's very cheap, and it has lasted me a long time, and I know exactly what's in it and how it works. So there are ways that you can make things that are very inexpensive, and I've been through it myself, so I know exactly what to do. But the personal products are not the stuff they put in there are not regulated in the United States. There's over 3,000 products chemically used in these things that are not regulated, that are proven to be endocrine or hormone disruptors, cancer causing, disease causing products, and they're still getting put in these. So be very, very, very careful with those. Again, join the group, get the handout, and then you know exactly where to start changing with what you need to be able to make the changes that you are in. Okay. Also, while you're in the bathroom, you guys remember lots of people take showers. I'm hoping you guys are taking showers. I want to put it out there, and you guys can call me crazy, but you know that you don't have to take a shower every day, right? In fact, if there's any hairdressers on here, anybody who knows anything about hair, they would agree with me that it's not an ideal thing to be doing, to take in a shower every single day. Now, I'm not saying walk around stinky. I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying to you is that when you're in a shower, you are exposing yourself to high levels of water, extreme amount of water. When the water is hot, your skin is a natural barrier for your immune system. When that water is hot, the pores open up. And when we just talked about how tap water is not so hot, when those pores open up, that stuff rushes right into your body. There are a ton of chemicals. Remember, we talk about the heated up. They activate those chemicals even more. When those pores are open up, those things dive right into you. So a home filter, okay, so you want to go most expensive with your water, you go buy a home filtration system that gets put into your house. As soon as the water comes into your house, it's filtering the whole entire water. You want to go a little bit cheaper, then you go buy a $30 or $40 head for your shower that filters that out. Okay. Remember, our body, we just continue to expose it with all that crap. It's going to hit a threshold that says, I can't handle it anymore. So especially in the shower, obviously if you're going to take a shower, take a quick shower. Don't make it scorching hot. That's a big thing. No scorching hot. And if you can make it for a filtration system, which you can get on Amazon, you can get at Lowe's, they have them all over the place. That is what's going to help you decrease your exposure in the shower, especially if you're going to have your children in a bath or in a shower. Remember, their tiny little bodies can't take as much as ours are. You need to protect them with as much as you can in order to keep this exposure down. This is a huge, huge, huge thing for me. All right, let's head to the bedroom. If you're like me, you like your house to smell good, right? Everybody wants their house to smell good. I went down in the basement this morning to work out, and I was like, what the heck is that smell? Like, it just stunk. So I had to open up the windows. A lot of people choose right now, if you think about it, majority of places you go smell, and they smell with a chemical or artificial fragrance. You see the commercials all over the place for the add-ins to your laundry. You see the Glade plugins. You see you got to have it smelly. And so when these smells, this word fragrance, you got to be so careful with this word fragrance. Fragrance in itself, when I looked this up, and I've looked it up many, many times, fragrance in itself, again, they consider that one of those trade secrets. What does it mean by that? Glade plugin smells different than Renews It or whatever these things are. Third trade secrets is how the fragrance happens. In law, by law, the word fragrance, if you put that in the ingredient list, you can have over 100 different chemicals in that. When you put the word fragrance, you don't have to list out all 100 of them. You just put the word fragrance, because fragrance allows us to have trade secrets. And so 100 plus chemicals that you have no clue what they are, they then are added into these plugins, to the candles, to the laundry scents, to the dryer sheets, to all these things. It's insane. The sad part about these fragrances, they've been proven. These are the number one things to be proven to causing breathing, allergies, endocrine, again, hormone disruptors, and a lot of times they cause headaches. If you've ever been a person who is sensitive, again, just like me, I can literally walk into a place, and if they have a fragrance, within a minute, I will tell if I'm toxic to it or not, because of the way my head starts to feel. It's insane. These things have to go. They have to go. This is one of the simplest and easiest ways to get rid of toxins in your house, is to do that. And how do you switch them up? Now, again, you can switch them up many different ways. You can open your windows, crack a window, get some fresh air in there. Essential oils are phenomenal. They're a phenomenal, healthy alternative to it. You can also, if you ever make healthy or yummy food, it makes your house smell great. Cut up some lemons, cut up some oranges, spread them around your house, put them in a bowl, heat some up on your stove. Just allow that fragrance to come through if you need it. I had a patient, I remember she said to me, I'm ready to change, but I just want my clothes to smell good. And I was like, okay, let's start doing this. So instead of using, the whole cap full of the throw-in dryer things, back it off to a half. Get used to that smell. Back it down, back it down. Any small step that you can change with this fragrance will allow you huge change and huge improvement in your toxicity level. These things are neurotoxic. They will cause your body, in your neurons in your brain, to start to disintegrate because of these, just making your house smell good. It doesn't seem worth it to me. Okay. Next one, let's go to your basement. This is a big one. I just had a patient, my last patient, they came in and they were talking about how they had a leak, a flood in their basement. Our old house basement flooded, I think 3 times. Jake, you may want to, if you're on, comment on, I think it's 3 or 4, I can't remember. But if you've ever had water in your basement, which is very common in Dubuque area because of our hills and because of the wells and all of those things, if that was not properly treated or taken care of, you have mold. You may not see it, because when our mold problem that we had, our mold was growing in between our walls. And that mold, 50 to 100 different types of mold, can cause massive health issues, massive. Most people are allergic to, in some way, shape, or form, to mold. And this is how my toxicity was found. This is how I found out how I was becoming so sick, was because of mold. In our basements, if this is not cleaned, and I'm not talking bleaching it out because you don't see it anymore, I'm talking about actually remitigating it, getting it completely clear. The problem is that most people's air conditioning is in the basement. Okay. So it's one thing if it would stay in the basement and you hardly go in there, but when you have a duct system, it starts in the basement and it flows all the way through your house. So now these mold spores and these toxic chemicals and the dust and the dander and all this stuff is flowing all over your house, and you're breathing that in. That's why the Environmental Protection Agency has said that our houses inside can be up to 10 times more toxic than the outside air. All you got to do is start to clean this stuff up and make sure you have a plan if you have flood, and or get it properly cleaned so that this crap and this crud is not running around in your house. The scariest part is not knowing that you have a problem and watching your health deteriorate from it. So again, as we walk through this, just look at what parts of your house that you could look at, educate yourself about this. Start in the kitchen and go, oh no, my kitchen's good, or holy crap, I didn't realize all that stuff about my personal products, or I didn't realize this, or yeah, I know we've had water, but we've never done anything about it. Do something about it. You can't make a change unless you educate yourself first, right? There are steps that you can do. When we're talking about toxicity, there are 3 steps. The first step is educate yourself. Find where the toxicity is coming from and eliminate that. We have been working on toxicity in my life probably for 13 years. So just know that this is a never-ending process. Just when I think I have something figured out, they change it. And then I've got to look again. So educate yourself. Where are you at right now? And what can you change? Because you have to remember, in the bigger scheme of this, our bodies were designed with a pathway to detox our body, right? Like, this is all science, and I'm not going to go over it with you, but I need you to understand this. We have systems in our body. We have chemicals like glutathione in our body that God put in there that said, listen, if a toxin comes in, I can handle it. I'm going to take it through this pathway, this pathway, this way. I'm going to clear it out and get it out of you. That's a normal thing. The problem is that in 2020, we have so much toxicity in our lives. We wake up, we take a shower, we put our lotion on, we wash our hair, we put our contacts in, we brush our teeth, we put our clothes on that have the fragrance smell. Then we walk into the kitchen and we make our food in plastic and then tin, all that stuff. Then we go to work with our candles and our smelly things in our car. And then we eat lunch, and microwave it and all this stuff. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. Then we lay in our beds at night with our, again, smelly sheets, and all of this stuff all day long is putting toxins in our body. And our body's going, no, it's too much. I can't handle it. It's an overload. And so these pathways are getting backed up. And when the pathways get backed up, your body will overflow with symptoms and with problems and with stress and with allergies and with cancers and with weird things and rashes. And I just don't feel good. And I'm so tired all the time because the pathways are backed up. So number 1, you need to take away what's causing all the toxins to come in. But number 2, you have to clear out the body. If you're not clearing out the body, then the body can't do this. Remember, there's something that signals your toxicity pathways to start, or detox pathways to start. Your brain is constantly sending signals to your skin, to your liver, to your lungs that says, hope, here comes a toxin, push this in, get this, clear this out. And so this pathway from the brain to the rest of your body, if it's working overtime, then it becomes stressed out. And when it becomes stressed out, or we also continue to put all of that in there, then we have a lag in the system that's telling the body to detoxify. And now we've got a whole nother level of this. And you guys, this detoxing from the inside out becomes so lagged that now we start to see other symptoms or worsening symptoms. And we have multiple layers of this. And this system, the nerve system, your brain, your spinal cord, your nerves, that is the end all be all, you guys. That's what makes you function. That's what makes you heal. That's what makes you grow and detox and all of that. And so the question becomes, how many people know that? Right? We know candles maybe not so bad, but how many people know that your brain, your spinal cord, and your nerves are what's controlling how you are detoxifying? And how many people know if their nervous system is functioning at a high level or functioning at a low level? I'm going to say 98% of the world has no clue about their nervous system. 99% of the world has no clue if their nervous system's functioning at a high level or at a low level. In my 13 years of taking care of people's nervous systems, it is very rare to see someone come into my office that's not toxic, that has a that has a fully functioning nervous system. They walk into my office with all of these warning signs that their body's not functioning the way it's designed and created to, and they have no idea what to do with it. They're putting in toxic medications, which are man-made and are full of chemicals, and expecting that to be taking that care of all of that, when what they need is to remove an interference to the nerve system. They need their nerve system checked. They need to know if those signals are functioning or not functioning. And so if you are a patient in my office, you know how your nerve system's functioning, right? You've had that checked. You've had the evaluations. You've had the exams. You've had that. But if you are not a patient in my office and never had that checked before, because of what I do, I give this extended invitation. Get us, come in, call the office, write this number down, and get an evaluation of your nervous system. See where your level is at. See how those messages to your toxicity or detox system is functioning. And as a gift, obviously, for watching and being a part of this, you get 60% off of the initial exam. Literally, you're saving over $100 just by taking me up on this invitation. Write that number down. That's the number to my office. And you call and you set up a nervous system evaluation. And that way, then you're number one. Now, remember, remove the interference first. Second, work on the inside, work on the system that's helping you do that, build that strength up, remove the interference, and then let the body heal. Okay. The third thing that you do, if you've had your evaluation, you do that. If not, you set up the appointment to do that. That's the number there. The third thing that you do is you join us for the challenge. Now, oh, just kidding. I'll get to the challenge in a second. And the other thing that you guys want, a lot of people ask, just in a couple of minutes, you guys will be answering questions. So make sure if you have questions, start posting them. A lot of people ask about detox protocols with supplements. They're like, oh yeah, I've heard of that, or a cleanse and all these things. There are a couple things. Yes, there are ways. I'm going through a detox right now with this detox system that you see on your screen right now. This is all designed to build back up my system. What I have learned with myself is that I need to at least 2 to 3 times a year do a detox. I would say majority of people are in the same boat as me. They need to be constantly detoxing. And so there are supplements that you can be doing in your protocols to be able to work with this detox system that will build glutathione. We have it for adults and we have it for children. This is our website. This is where you can find all of this. The cool part too is that our protein has glutathione building blocks in there, and glutathione is a natural detoxer inside of your body. So these are the products that I would recommend if you want to start detoxing from the inside out. These are the things that you need. Greens are a huge detoxifier, huge. So you incorporating those foods in there all day long. Should kids be detoxifying? You betcha. No doubt about it. No questions. Absolutely. Do it safely. And Max Living has a line of that too. So supplements there. Okay. And then lastly, this is what I'm super excited about. And that's why I can't wait to talk to you guys about this. The last thing that you should be doing is you need to be joining the Facebook group, the Health from Within, the HFW Detox Program. We are setting up, me and Victoria have set up a 21-day challenge for you guys to detox. 21 days, you guys. And so what you need to do is you need to search on your Facebook page for the HFW Detox Program. And you ask for an invite to come into this program. It's a private group, you guys. The only people that can see this group, what's happening inside this group, are the people that are in the group. It's by invite only. It is not for the whole world to see. It's for the committed. It's for you guys who are watching this that say, I want to be part of this group. And what we're going to be doing is every day, Victoria and or I will post and or we'll make a video in there to help you with the next steps, what to do. In fact, one of the posts in there, just so you know, is I'm giving away this book, Align Your Health. This is an amazing book that takes you step by step with a ton of things. And at the end, super yummy and healthy recipes for you guys to be eating. I'm giving away this book inside that group. We're going to be giving away some of the supplements. We're going to give away a ton of stuff in that group. And again, it's going to be step by step for you guys in that group. So you need, for the next 21 days, it takes you till June 2nd. This will give you what you need in order to start on your toxicity journal. So again, I've said it a million times. I'll say it one more time. The HFW Detox Program. That's what you're going to search on Facebook. and then you're going to get entered into the group, and I will let you in with that. So number 1, eliminate the toxins. Number 2, heal up your body. And number 3, get on the challenge. Okay. So let's start taking a look at some of the questions and comments. Victoria's here with me. I'll show you guys Victoria. She's over there. Everybody say hi to Victoria. So yes, let's start working on these questions. So Victoria, you seen questions? Start shooting them at me there.
Our first question is bottled water okay?
Is bottled water okay? First question. Give me just 1 second here. That is a great question. Not all bottled waters are created equal. So depending on the source, it's crazy. So when we travel and we bring our own water every time, and every time I have to look at the back of the water jug. And when you look at the back of the water jug, it'll tell you the source of where the water came from. A lot of bottled water is municipal water. One time I looked at it, it said municipal water from Chicago, Illinois. What does that mean? It means it's Chicago, Illinois tap water. They put it in a bottle and charge you a bazillion dollars for it. Not good. There are bottled waters that are made from reverse osmosis and or spring waters. Those are your best water that you want to get in bottled water. Bottled water, you have to be very cautious of it too, because if that bottle has been heated, the chemicals in the plastic leach into the water, and then you're starting to get a whole other thing. So, again, is it the best? No. But is it better than tap? Yes. So if you're going to get bottled water, you use that water bottle one time and then you recycle it. And then you need to make sure you check the source of it, that it says reverse osmosis, I should say distilled water, and or spring, like mountain spring water, where it's an actual spring, not just like City of Dubuque water put into a water bottle. Great question. Okay. What else we got?
So we're curious about how to do cleaning the basement when it's limestone. And
Yep.
She said that they do clean their ductwork every 3 years.
Perfect. Clean your ductwork's a great thing to do. I'm not quite sure what you mean. How do you clean it if it's limestone? What is that? Whoever asked me that question. Stace, ask me that question again. Are you just asking how do you clean off the mold of that? Or are you asking something else? So just make sure, just write that down again. Okay. Ask again. Anything else?
John wants to know if essential oils are okay.
Essential oils are phenomenal. Not all essential oils are created equal. Again, and I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of brands here. I'm not branding anything here. But not all essential oils are created equal. There are a good 3 or 4 brands that are very highly recommended, and I can talk to you about those. Most of the essential oils that you get from TJ Maxx or big box stores, Bed Bath Beyond, all those places, no good. Other brands, really well. But yes, I can talk to you about those individually if you want to know about that.
Ryan is wondering, are there toxins in light bulbs?
Yes, toxins in light bulbs. So typical old school, I'm going to call them old school light bulbs, totally fine. The new LED light bulbs, there's a lot of toxins in those. The fluorescence in it, a lot of that, I believe, part of that can be mercury. But there's a lot of heavy metals in those. So yes, you have to be very, very careful. That's why they say if they break, that you almost need to call someone to come clean them up. So yes, they're not good. Ideally you want to just go back to the old school light bulbs, but they're getting harder and harder to find in there. But yes, there are toxins in there. When they're put all together and you're just using them as a light bulb, as far as I know, they're just fine. But it's when they break or when they kind of open up, that's when the chemicals start to come out. That's when you got to be very careful with them. So if you had one of those break, get your windows open, get it cleaned up, just put gloves on, don't touch it, get the air going as fast as you can with that.
What's the name of the group?
The name of the group, the HFW, so Health from Within initials, the HFW Detox Program. On our Facebook page, if you are a guest on here and you have not liked our Facebook page, this is our Facebook page. make sure you like our Facebook page. And even if you are a patient or anything, if you're not on this page, you're missing out. So I'm doing daily, almost daily. Sorry, I've been a little crazy here, but we'll put a link on there. We'll talk about it on there again tomorrow, but that's where you need to go. So make sure you like the Health from Within page, but the group name is called the HFW Detox Program. If you cannot find it, put a note to me or on the page, on our Health from Within page, and I'll make sure I get you invited to it. I love beauty products or Beauty Counter products too. Yeah, it's a great company. I just saw that from Angela. I know Laura, you like them too. So, but yeah, it's a great product. There's a ton of groups out there. And like I said, in the group, we will post our, this for that. So how to do, if you love makeup, here's other options. If you love lotion, here's other options. We'll talk through all of that. All right, Miss Victoria, what, any more?
Yeah. Have you heard of the Life Straw purification system that people use when hiking in remote areas where you are drinking spring or mountain runoff? Is it effective and safe?
Okay. I've never heard of it, to be honest with you. Is that Diane's?
Yes.
Yes. I've never heard of that. Drinking spring water or mountain runoff, honestly, is some of the best water you'll ever get. It is high up. You think about anything. The higher up you are, or coming straight from mud and rock and soil, the more purified that water is. The more it runs off into this land, and then this land, and then this land, and then this land. It's just contaminated even more. So I'm not sure what the Life Straw purification system is, but anything that is going to be higher up and is better off, there's no doubt about it. There's natural filtration in limestone. There's natural filtration in rocks and streams and that. And if it's coming directly from the water or from the earth, that's the best thing. So yeah, I'd have to look into that system. I'm not sure. And Diane, I can get back to you. I'll look into the system and I'll get back to you. Yeah. Air purifiers. I just saw Nora's.
Yes, our air purifiers.
Yeah.
Good to have.
Yeah. Phenomenal to have. Air purifiers are phenomenal. Not all are created equal, but you definitely want one. There are ozone ones. There's ionic ones. I mean, those are all good, but yes, air purifiers for sure. Most of the time, what I'll tell you with your air purifiers is put it in the area that you spend the most time with. So if you don't have one that's, there are purifiers you can do right onto your furnace. But otherwise, if you're in your bedroom, you put it in your bedroom. If you're in your living room, you put it in your living room. Cycle it through. If you have kids, you cycle it through their bedrooms without a doubt. Super good. Just make sure you're cleaning them and changing the filters in those. Yeah. What else we got here, Victoria?
So Stacey said they've had flooding in their basement many times, and she's trying to see how to clean it.
Okay.
The walls are limestone and cement floors.
Okay. And then I just see that. Do we run? Absolutely, you run a humidifier, dehumidifier. You absolutely run a dehumidifier. I honestly have no idea. I know you think I know everything, but I don't know everything. I don't know exactly how to clean that. But Stacey, you and I can talk. I've got a great company that you could call and ask that question to. So you betcha. There's a lot of ways you can clean it. There's even essential oils that clean that stuff too. So bleach is not the amazing thing for mold that everybody says it is. So we can talk more about that, and I give you that company that you can look into for sure. Anything more?
Tom says our bottled water is processed by ozonation. Is that good?
Yeah, no problem. Ozonation is very good. Yep, no problem with that. That's a good one. Oh, hi, Megan.
Oh, and I guess Stacey was wondering, is Fiji water okay?
Yeah, Fiji water, I believe, is from the springs of Fiji, so I think it's just fine. Yeah, I think it's one of the better ones there for sure. Yep. Just look on the back of it. I think it's all just straight from Fiji. From my understanding, Fiji is one of the best kind of waters, like purest waters out there. But again, we're going to have to watch that because that could have happened 20 years ago when they started, and now it's going to start to change. So we just got to watch that.
Dasani was one that we knew was reverse osmosis.
Yeah, I was going to say Dasani. I remember that. I remembered we had a couple that we knew. Dasani's in a reverse osmosis one too. So yeah, You just got to keep watching the labels, because Dasani can be reverse osmosis one a day and they change because they don't want to make that much and they switch to something else. So just make sure you turn it over, read your label, and see where the source is for sure. All right.
Service Pro for the basement.
Say that again.
Scott says Service Pro.
Yeah, Service Pro is a great one for sure.
And Jenny's having a hard time finding the page.
Can't find the page. Maybe I blocked you, Jenny. Just kidding. We'll help you find it. The HFW detox program project. Let me just make sure. Have I been saying it wrong? It's project. The HFW detox project, not program, project.
If not, you can just
Yeah. If not, I can add you into it. So make sure that you find that and then become part of it. All right, guys. Anything last minute? Any other last minute questions, comments? I love that you guys have been on here. It's been awesome. These lives are going well. I think you guys are enjoying them. I hope you guys are enjoying them. We'll come back again in June for your next live. We'll have to figure out what that is. But I love and appreciate all of you guys. I know that you can do this. I know that you guys are committed to your health and your well-being. So anything I can do to help you, please, please, please let me know. Otherwise, get on to the HFW Detox Project. HFW Detox Project on Facebook. If you can't find it, just honestly shoot me an email. I'll get you right on it. And everything starts, the first posts are on there already. And another one's coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. So it's already started in there. So I love you guys. I appreciate you all. And then we'll be in touch. So have a great night. Bye.